Hey, this is Zach with Web3 Reviews. Thank you for being with us. Today is Thursday, December 5th, and I have a special episode for you. I had the chance to do an interview with JP Cali Smoov, a recording artist who sells his songs as NFTs on Gala Music. Remember that none of this is financial advice. As well as an internationally known battle rap icon. Go ahead and give it a listen.
How you doing, man? Good to talk to you, bro.
Hey, thank you for your time this morning, JP.
Man, I know we've been trying to get it together with our timing and everything, but we made it work. You feel me?
It's a busy life, man. I'm sure for you, it's just time's moving. Talk to me about your day-to-day, man, if you want to jump right in. What's it like being a battle rap international superstar recording artist?
Are we live or are we just chatting?
We're live, man, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. We jumped right into it. Skip the intro. Nah, man, just going in, man. I woke up today, got it popping. I was super excited to chat with you, bro. I've been a fan of your content. You know, we've been talking in Discord for a while. I love what you do with the Web3 review. You feel me?
I appreciate you.
You know, it's an honor to be on the platform. I definitely dedicated my morning to this, and I'm excited to be here and get it popping.
Hey, thank you for being here, man. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate you, JP. I'm a big fan of yours as well. I found out about you through Gala Music, which is a platform for those who don't know where you could sell music as NFTs on Gala chain. And then every time a song is streamed, the person who bought that song earns royalties, which is different for artists too, because you earn royalties every day through Gala Music. Excuse me. You earn royalties every day through Gala Music. Versus traditionally, you would get royalties every quarter, or how does that work?
So yeah. Traditionally, it's every quarter based on streaming. I definitely like Gala Music's process. I released a lot of exclusive records on there, some real hitters too, man. It's
been incredible.
Some songs that are really transcending online, and I see everything moving on the upscale from the streams to the notoriety. And the community is growing as well. You feel me? I plan on incorporating some battle rap stuff too. You feel me?
Nice.
Bring some battle rap to the Gala Music platform. We're gonna turn it up one time. You know? Hell yeah.
With that being said, how do you get into battle rap? Like, what was the jump in point on that? Was that always something you had? You know, talk to me about your intro into battle rap.
Man, so really. I loved it as a kid. Like, I loved watching it. Like, But even prior to YouTube and all that, like, I used to come up to my dad and be like, let's battle. And like, I would just like start rapping against him and dissing him as much as I can, rhyming. And like at school, like when people would beat on the lunch table, I would start rhyming and battling the other people, like, but really battling, like. And that was before I even knew that it was a thing. Then I like 8 Mile came out, and there was like kind of like a shift where it kind of like set my young mind to like, oh, that's actually a thing. Like what I be trying to do is actually a thing. So I think it was kind of embedded in me as an MC because I have a competitive nature and a competitive one-on-one nature. Like even in sports, I was into wrestling, I was into boxing, I was into those type of sports growing up where it was just one-on-one, tennis, you know what I mean? So my competitive nature with hip hop has always been like on the battle side. But like YouTube came out and I was like, you know, still coming up, and I think I was like high school, like my first year of high school, and people were showing me like Reed Dollars and like Hitman Holla and Cortez and all these people, and I was like, I remember thinking like I remember watching that, like telling my homies like, I didn't know other people could rap this good. Like I thought it was like, cause I was the man in my town. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody came and got me to come spit some crazy bars. So I'm watching that like, what? Like, and I remember thinking like back then, bro, like when I was 14, I remember thinking like, okay, I'm gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna battle these exact people. I'm gonna get up on these platforms that I'm exactly watching, and I'm going to do that. Like, because I thought it was so cool and it was so mind blowing to me. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, they spitting these crazy metaphors. The crowd's going crazy, and I was watching the Team Backpack Ciphers. YouTube opened up a lot of doors, man. People don't really understand. I was really there for that pivot in hip hop because I was rapping before I was selling CDs on the boardwalk, and I was walking around my neighborhood and selling CDs and going to local studios. So like pressing and burning and doing all that. So like,
at Venice, you were at Venice or what? Because I know you're the Cali.
Yeah, Venice Beach, Santa Monica.
Really, that was the start. Before battle rap, you were selling CDs at Venice. That's crazy. That's fucking badass, man. What a start.
Yeah, man. Like for real, I was walking up at that. Like, man, you know, I was really out there, really trying to push my music. I was going to open mics, bro. I was going to everything I heard of, and I'm talking about as a 11, 12-year-old little boy.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So I was a little boy going to these things, and a lot of people was buying my CDs just because of that fact.
Yeah.
Like, I come home $200-$300 because I'm, you know what I mean? Like, damn, this 12-year-old walked into me with his album, you know? So like, I was really on it. So I saw the transition when YouTube came out. It was like, damn, now I can see what people in Germany are doing.
Right.
Now I can see what people in Chicago are doing. Now I can see what people in New York are doing. And like the competition level rose, the quality level rose, at least for me, in my eyes.
Right.
So I always had an independent mind. I never waited on nobody. It was never like, oh, somebody's going to sign me. Nah, it was always like, I'm going to do this. You know what I mean?
Right. Regardless.
But, yeah. That's what I'm saying. The journey in battle rap, it was never really a start. It was always kind of something that I did. Music has always been the thing.
Right.
Music has always been what I do. My love, my heart. It's where I pour my emotion. It's what I do. I write poetry. And battle rap has always been like my sport.
Right.
It's been like my favorite, not my favorite thing to do.
So do you write prior to the battle raps then? Because the poetry, you know, obviously there has to be some crossover. I can hear it when you're battle rapping. But what's that process like? Do you show up with just a few notes, maybe like I'm going to hit on these points, or you know, is it just freestyle off the dome?
And so every battle is different. Every battle is different, and some you're more excited for. Some it might be a big event. You know, it's going to be a lot of people there, so you might prepare a little more or keep a little more open to freestyle. Because I'm good at freestyling too. So if I'll get there, see the name of the venue, I'll see what the person has on, I'll see who's hosting, and I'll start collecting, like putting together thoughts there too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you'll be a fool if you get booked to battle somebody who has a big resume and 100 battles online and you don't write nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
You get booked to battle Cali Smoov and you just don't write nothing. Like, you'll be a fool. So I think every battle rapper at this point comes prepared. Yeah. But some people do leave more pockets open to freestyle than others. And some people rebuttal more than others. You know, it's a dice game. Yeah. But I come in fully locked and loaded every time, and I leave pockets open, and I observe the room, I read the room, and I make sure I'm there early. I get in that zone, man.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's scary hour when you're on when you're in that battle rap zone. I love watching them, man. Seriously, it's a different energy, and the crowd just fucking loses it. I've been in Daylight. My boys for the last 15 years have been telling me about Daylight, and the whole time I was kind of like, man, he looks insane with the mask, but now he's at the forefront with, K-Dot and Drake and all these guys is saying he's been a ghostwriter. That would be an insane mashup, man. We need Gala music to put it together. That would be crazy.
Yeah, man. Me and Daylight did a battle at a radio station in Hawaii in 17 or 18.
Really? In Hawaii?
Yeah, man. It's on my YouTube channel.
That's fucking sick. I didn't know.
It was we weren't like directly dissing each other, but we went back and forth with the bars, like, whose verse is better type stuff.
That's crazy.
Shout out to Light. That's my boy.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Man, talk to me about growing up. What MCs really, influenced your game growing up, man?
Man, Snoop Dogg's always been a big influence, just culture-wise, I always wanted to dress and talk and act like that dude, Right. He was always, like, a big role model for the West Coast.
He was always super smooth.
Yeah, super. Nipsey Hussle for sure. Nipsey Hussle more than just an artist. Like his theory on life, his take on life, his take on his goals, his take on financial literacy, independence, all that stuff I admire. Even more so than just being a rapper, more so than his music. One thing I admired the most about his career was his interviews. His interviews, he dropped so many gems, and he was a powerful thinker and powerful speaker, and his music spoke through that. I'm a big Nip fan for sure.
100%. He had a big impact in my Seattle area, even. Like a lot of NBA players, Isaiah Thomas. They were always talking TMC, and I was just a high schooler, looking it up. But yeah, his lyrics were great. I mean,
Yeah.
they were positive. They were upbuilding. They were talking about just keep going. Never stop.
Yeah.
All money in.
Yeah.
And that's how I like to play crypto, man. That's how I've always played it, with that sense too. Like, you got to put it all in. You make some right there. With Gala Music, it adds up, man. You get those streaming rewards every day. I don't know about you. I'm holding I'm holding a bag of music.
That's right.
Talk to me about how you got into crypto, man. How'd you get into crypto, man?
That's the other side of the game. Look, I want to, off cam, we got to do a tutorial with each other. You got to put me on game, man.
Hey, to be honest, I only hold 4 cryptos. Some people, one of my buddies who got me into this back in the day, he was playing throw darts at the wall, and he was throwing like $10 to $50 at like 100 different cryptos. And I just felt like it was better, and you heard stories from Warren Buffett where they said, if you're confident, just have like 1 or 2 bags, because you get bigger rewards, and so Gala's been really good to me. Gala Music is a place where, man, it's been the best place to ride out the bear market, to be honest, because of the community, and you're listening to music and talking to artists like yourself. You're finding new tunes and you're earning crypto from it, right? And so the deal with a crypto like XRP, which has always been like something that made sense to me as like somebody who liked conspiracies. I was like, oh, like everyone's focused on Bitcoin, and the black sheep is XRP because people say it's the banker's coin. They don't like it, right? Like they're working with banks while Bitcoin was supposed to be down with the banks. So it became like the anti-crypto, which made sense to me as like, oh, they're just, whatever. But Gala, if you look at Gala Music, the total value of all the tokens times the price is less than $10 million, right? Versus the total value of all the XRP times the price is $120 billion, right? And so what happens when when these bigger tokens hit the moon is they say, where are the opportunities left on the board for me to hit the moon again, right? Because this is, it's gambling in a sense. Okay, it's different than the casino because if the Lakers lose, you lose all your money. But in crypto, your token just goes down a little bit. You still have your money. It's just a little bit less. You don't want, like let's say you have $100,000 in Bitcoin. Even if it goes to 150K, you're not going to be like super excited, right? Maybe you are, but that's only 50K. In crypto, you want to times 10. You want to times 100. So Gala Music only being worth $10 million, there's this room to run. It's like, it's open field, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really exciting when people find out, because even on a Snoop Dogg track where you earn like 1 music token every day, you're like, okay, well, music token is 3 cents, whatever. When music token goes to $10 though, and you're like, dude, every day I earn $10 from royalties, like that's more than traditional artists, and I'm not even an artist. I'm a fan. That's going to send people, that's going to be a FOMO. Like, oh no, I need all the songs on Gala Music. I think they're all going to sell out. As soon as the money comes, they're all going to sell out. Because there's no platform like this. There's Audius, and you can make similar arguments, I guess. But in terms of where the community's at and where the artists are at, I'd say Gala Music is in a league of its own. So I know I just talked for a fat second.
No, that was hella dope, bro. I'm going to clip that.
Yep.
Yo, that was dope, man. Nah, for real. You got me excited, bro. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah,
you gave me the oops bumps.
So at a time like this, like some people might be like, oh, I'm gonna sell all my music tokens or all my low bags to chase a green candle. That's what they call it, chasing candles, and because XRP looks good or these things look good. They've already done a nice run. I mean, the better move would be to move a little bit of money from the one you've already made money on to the one that's yet to go. It's like the rocket ship that's left standing. That's how I've always liked to play it, And I've been urging my Bitcoin friends to try and hop on these different, cryptos. Some of them are too locked in. They're maxis, You can't do anything for them. So.
Yeah, we gotta lock in. That's real.
And I'm kind of the maxi on XRP and Gala community. If you're in the Gala community, it's like, you're A1 to me, man. It's a blue chip. It's like Kentucky and Kansas. It just, they're verified.
That's real. That's real. Yeah, man, I got some stuff. I got a song dropping this month, man. It's tight.
Nice, man. Hell yeah.
Heater, man.
I've been loving the work you've been dropping recently. You had a feature with Quatus. You had the you had the uke song, bro, the ukulele song.
Yeah.
It was awesome, man. You know, I've been loving the cuts you've been dropping. Hey, so talk to me about the next 6 to 12 months. What does that look like for you?
So I do have an album in the cut. I'm about to drop that thing. I got a project I worked on with DJ Phrase One. I got a project I worked on with my boy Modoc. He's a producer out of Hollywood. I got a lot of different music that I got in the chamber. You know, I've been releasing monthly. I try to, you know, keep everything going monthly. Get a song, nice visual. Get some nice content out monthly on the Gala platform. And just keep music in the chamber because I got a lot of shows lined up as well. You feel me? I got a battle coming up in January.
Nice.
It's gonna be pretty big.
That's right around the corner.
I got a big announcement for February. Some crazy stuff in February.
Okay.
And then you know, I got a couple battles lined up in April, all the way to April. You know, so I you know, I gotta keep my pen going just to stay ahead of the game, because I want to be ahead of the curve and I want to have my foot forward. You know, I don't want to be behind on creating content. I want to be ahead.
Keep it on the neck, man. Keep it a foot on the neck. You know.
100%.
Talk to me about Aim for the Heart, man. For those who don't know, Aim for the Heart, Lila Steinberg, she's the president of Gala Music. And I don't really know too much about it other than some of the names involved. I would love if you could take it away.
Okay, so Aim for the Heart, man, it's a beautiful organization. It's a nonprofit organization that I've been a part of since I was 11 years old. You know, I was fortunate to meet Layla when I was young. I was coming out of the foster system at the time. I did like a year or so, a little under a year in a couple group homes and foster homes. And my grandmother took me to AIM because she felt like it would be a good place for me to vent. And I always had a love for writing, but I didn't really know how to gauge it. And in AIM, Layla gets a group of writers, group of artists, and everybody writes to the same topics. And the topics are usually therapeutic topics, healing topics. And the writers critique each other. We go over examples of writing with each other and our point of view and opinion on each other's craft. And it became a healing space for me at a young age. You feel me? So writing became what I did at a very early age. You feel me?
I like that.
A lot of people went to AIM and stuff, you know, because Tupac went there or Earl Sweatshirt went there, and they want to be in that same circle. But for me, it's always been more of almost of a church for me, a hip hop, a safe space to do my poetry and be in a community of artists that are like-minded. You feel me?
I like that a lot, man.
Yeah, man, it's dope. Shout out to Layla. She's been doing it for years and years. And not only does she just do it, she certifies the artists that she works with. Like a lot of the artists that they have been working with her for years, they get certified doing her work, and then they take it on and do it themselves. Yeah. So I got to teach Aim for the Heart myself in Sweden. I stayed out there for 3 months. I taught at a youth center in Eskilstuna.
No way.
Yeah, it was super dope. I got to work in schools here, Long Beach Pauley, Santa Clarita Elementary. I went to Hawaii. I worked at a juvenile hall in Hawaii for a few weeks. Just leading workshops around Layla's criteria that she created.
That's incredible, man. So giving back in Hawaii and Sweden, what different experiences there, I'm sure, no?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I need to get out to Sweden, man. It's like a goal of mine to make it to Scandinavia.
Man, Sweden is amazing, bro. The food was a little hard for my stomach to get in tune with.
That's what I heard from somebody. Like, all they eat is meatballs. That's what somebody was telling me. Like, it's just everywhere you go. It's like, oh, meatballs. I was like, what? That's hilarious.
Insane.
It's all in IKEA.
It's insane. It's insane. Meatballs and pizza.
Holy cow.
Pizza's a big thing, too. Like, pizza. And it's not even the same type of pizza. But it was dope, man. It was another world, you know? Like, going out there, like, to be like real, I was so young. Like, I thought my whole life, I thought the world was messed up. I thought the world was just the world's messed up. Nigga.
Yeah.
You know, after the world, like Tupac said. You feel me?
Right.
That was my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, when I really went to Sweden and I really like lived in Hawaii and met these people on a day-to-day basis, and I saw the energy that the community carried. Mm-hmm. You don't even see I didn't even see a cop in months in Sweden.
Right.
I didn't see a lot of homeless people out there. There's simple things like the McDonald's tasted better because they don't put like steroids or GMOs in their meat.
It's just normal food out of McDonald's.
It's like normal food as opposed to us like processing ours.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it had me at a loss for words. So I was really talking to my friends out there, and I was asking why. You know, why? And he broke down how effed up America is to a T in this conversation. And it blew my mind because we're taught to think that we're in the best country in the world. You feel me?
Yeah.
But we're the only country who sees black and white. Yeah. You're not white in Sweden. I'm not black in Sweden. You feel me? Because they know their roots. They're from Somalia or Argentina. They say I'm African. They tell you what part. A white person says I'm Swedish or I'm Scottish because people know their roots. People have more respect for their heritage, and that leads to more brotherly love. You feel me?
That makes sense.
And out here, it's like more of a black and white and a racism thing, and on top of that, the government is like with us tearing down our food and trying to thin it out and stretch it. Like they're not on that. You know, they have free healthcare systems. It's crazy. I was just like, man, we are out here struggling to pay our doctor bill.
Yeah. 100%. No, seriously, it's a sad system. You're always just one bad bill away from like being homeless. You know, like it doesn't have to be that you're some like lifelong like in and out. You know, like it could just be you got the bad draw of the luck, man. You know, like you didn't, fell on your shield one too many times, and it's a really sad time, man. I hope that we could get, I hope that something could help. We got to do individually. I think that's something I've been trying to think about, man. Is just giving back to, man, what type of place could I go for, serve food at or something, just to, if I got spare time, man. Look, that's something I want to.
Something every year. I got something called the 100 Slice Challenge, man.
Do you?
You should participate this year, man.
Okay, well, tell me about it.
This is the 9th annual one. I challenge all of my followers to donate 100 slices to a community. I go out and I do it and I document it. I go to a homeless shelter, a street that I know is impoverished, and
100 slices of pizza.
100 slices.
Was that eight
and I feel like
pizzas?
That's feasible for everybody.
It is, bro. I'll take part 100%. I like it a lot, man.
Yeah, man.
I like it a lot. That's a great challenge. What's it called? You call it the 100 slice? 100 slice giveaway? 100 slice challenge. Yep. Hell yeah. JP, that's incredible, man.
Yeah, hey, man, appreciate that. But yeah, throughout the years of doing it, we've got a lot of communities fed, places that I've never even been. I had people tagging me in videos, handing out the slices, just to be reposting and stuff. I'm like, man, I'd rather, if I could start a trend like this, that would be ideal. You feel me?
Yeah, I like that a lot. Hey, random question. You ever been out to Fresno?
Yeah, I've been to Fresno. I did a show out there. My boy Almighty Suspect had a show out there.
No way. I lived there for a few years, man. Little college deal out there in Fresno. Crazy part of the world, man. I felt like it was like, the coast had everything nice in Cali. And then when you're inland, you're 2 hours away from water. It's 110 degrees. You're like, man, this is crazy.
It is crazy out there, huh?
I thought so.
Because I was only out there for a day, but it gave me like Lancaster vibes.
Yeah, you're out there. You're stuck in Fresno for a little bit, Hey,
middle of nowhere.
JP, thank you for your time today, man. It's great talking. I really appreciate you coming on the channel, man. Everybody needs to go check out JP.
I really appreciate what you're doing, bro. You kicking game. You putting your foot forward. You creating content, bro. You're not just a member of the community. You're a voice in the community.
I appreciate you saying that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate doing an interview on your platform. You got my support from point A to point B. And we still got more NFT talking to do behind the scenes.
Yeah, man. We do. Let me know. Yeah, let me know. We'll talk about it, man. Whatever it is.
Yeah, for sure, brother.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Much love.